Darn, this tavern crisis is a real crisis. Okay, um, the daily challenge is changing every day, and of course, finding the right FX and maximizing out the points are going to be a little bit of a problem. So we will look at a few comps that we can use here. Hello everyone, this is Shinobi once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So we've got the Tavern crisis going on. We have got the daily challenge. Of course, it is Hubeg today. Yesterday it was Joseph, so it seems like it's going to change every day. But we do have the special challenge still with our Ashlyn over there, and so I think like it's going to be a little bit difficult navigating through these, trying to find the right mix of the FXs, trying to maximize our points that we require to get the maximum points. And also we do require these magic cards to open up the new FX. So it seems like we will not be able to complete all the FX every day. We will have to do daily challenges every day to get the cards, and we are only going to get like 3 cards out of it at the most if you're getting 20 points, and then you will have to go to the Ashlyn stage and get more of these FXs open. So it might take you 2 to 3 days to finish off opening up all the FX. That is, if you're able to beat the previous FX, and it's not always going to be easy trying to beat all the FXs. So I understand. So we will look at a few more compositions that we can use to beat these heroes, possibly not using a lot of overpowered heroes here. But of course, in Ashlyn stage, to get to higher level, to get higher points, you will certainly require Flarence or Shane, which is a shame. Right? It is a shame that, we have to use Flarence or Shane to finish that off, but I will try to use other heroes other than these 2 heroes and try to see if we can get to that level. Right? So before we move into the video, I would request all my viewers to please subscribe onto my channel. I need another 370 subscribers to get to that 1000 subscriber limit to get monetized. So of course, I would require your cooperation for that. So subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. If possible, share this video, but certainly comment on my videos. Alright, so let's look at our daily challenge. Today we have got Hubeg over here. So what we basically require is 20 points to get those 3 cards, the magic cards, for us to open up more FXs in Ashlyn. So we will look at how we can beat Hubeg. You have to understand that Hubeg has got a problem. He gains 1 rage each time a small golem is killed. So if you are killing his golem, he's going to gain rage. So he has also got a reactor wherein the damage is reduced by 200%. He has got Cannon Blast. It deals damage to 1 enemy. Damage scales with this hero's lost health. And then he's got Charged Cannon, which consumes all rage to deal damage to all enemy. This ability can only be cast when rage is full. So basically, what you're saying is that if his minions are killed, he's going to gain rage. And his minions are going to die anyhow. So as soon as you log in, they are going to die. So it's better that you try to deal as much damage as possible within the shortest period of time. That's the best way to do it. And that's where Flarence is really, really good, because you're able to get 2 hits out of him. So I think like I'm going to use some multi-hitters over here and try and get as much damage as possible. Try to use Opal, try to use Jacob, try to use my Hector so that I can get as much damage onto the boss as possible. So let me just set up the team and we'll get into the boss battle. So let us look at the Hubeg run. Okay, let us see how we can manage to get 20 points. All right, so we have got these FXs over here. So I've got clear the stage with 3 or more heroes ally. Wanna have fun. All enemy levels are increased by 20. Challenge points are increased to 2 times. So this is the most important of the FXs, because that will allow you to absolutely, get 20 points outright. So if you remove that and you select this option over here, you'll only get 12 points. That's the maximum you're going to get. So it's better to use this this one. Of course, their levels are going to get increased. And out here, I just removed Hubeg's max rage is lower to 4. That one I have removed. So his max rage is not going to get lowered. Yeah, so this is the other one. Clear the stage with 3 or more heroes alive. If you're not sure if your heroes are going to die or anything, you can choose that one. You can remove that FX and just choose someone else. So let's quickly look at what team I'm going to use. I'm just going to use my Bella, my Opal, Jacob, and of course my Natalia, right? So I'm trying not to kill off the minions as much as possible, okay? But keeping the minions is also not really good, because so what do? When there are 3 or more same colored small golem next to each other, these small golems die immediately, okay? And if their passive Earthen Symphony turns into a random color at the start of the battle, when attacked, changes color in the order of yellow, green, blue, purple. Upon death, triggers effects according to the current color. Yellow applies 1 stack of damage up to all heroes. Green adds true damage to Hubeg, Harbeg. Blue applies 1 stack of defense up to all heroes. Purple applies 1 stack of increased damage to Harbeg and revives, turning into a random color. And it also takes increased damage received by 10%, which is unremovable. So basically, the minions are a big problem here, okay? So if you have got 3 of the hero, if they're depending upon what kind of color they are on, it's going to cause problems for us. And it also the boss is also taking less damage because of this. So it's preferable that we use more fire heroes over here instead of using water or green heroes. It's preferable to use fire heroes, and of course having flarence would also ensure that we are getting additional damage there. But flarence is not a mandatory requirement, as you saw. I've already completed 20 points and I was able to do that without using flarence. So what is required is to be able to survive for a little bit longer, try to deal damage at the time when the boss is actually going to take the damage, right? So in the earlier stages, you do need some survival. Of course, Bella over here is able to heal a little bit for us, but other than that, others are not able to heal themselves. So that's why I was actually using Rosalie and my Garrel to do this battle, and they both have got their own survivability, and that would mean that Bella's heal would go to herself and to Natalia. So that allows us to, survive longer, and also ensure that I would be able to deal more damage on the boss. I need to survive. Without surviving for a longer time, it's not going to work out. So basically, I would prefer to deal more damage on, to be able to deal sufficient damage on the boss. That is true. At the same time, be able to survive sufficiently long enough for me to be ensure that the damage is dealt on the boss, because it's not always, when the boss has got does not have any of those rage bar on him, he's not, as you can see, I'm not getting enough damage. I'm getting 1 single damage from somebody, and that creates a lot of problem. And Harbeg is also taking in dealing true damage to me, so he's gaining some true damage, and that's not really good for me. And I'm also getting those lightning strikes. So overall, I need to have good enough damage on me. I need to have sufficiently good damage. Without that, it's not going to work. Seriously not going to work. So I'd prefer to have a lot more damage. Oh, why did that happen? Sorry. Right, I should be able to survive this. I should be able to finish this if my Bella is surviving. Okay, I need to have my Bella surviving here. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem for me. And she will heal herself up, but of course, the healings are reduced. They're not healing. Bella is not healing herself to the amount that I had hoped she would get healed to. but at least my Jacob is dealing enough damage there, and so I think like I should be able to finish this without much of a problem. And since Jacob is dealing damage, Opal is also joining the attack, and yeah, that allows me to finish this boss without any problem. Okay, so basically you need to go there and use your multi-hitters. Try to use as many multi-hitters as possible to finish off Harbeg. I used to call him as Hubeg, sorry, it's Harbeg. And so yeah, without those multi-hitters, without those damage dealers, you're not going to deal those damage. And you know the passives are going to come in over there, the minions passives are going to come in, and that creates a lot of problem. So I'm trying to go and do a 24 point, and obviously I cannot use this team to do that. Okay, if you want to get 24 point, using this team is going to be a problem. So I'm going to use my Rosalie. I need to have gear on her. So I'm going to use this team with Rosalie, Garrel, and Bella and try to see if I can get 24 points. Of course, that's going to be a bit difficult. All right, I'm using all the affixes over there. Of course, I do have Garrel and Rosalie there who can do counterattack, which is very important. All right, you need to have those counterattacks. The boss is keeping on gaining rage because I'm getting those 3 minions over there who are just side by side. And that means that I'm not going to deal a lot of damage. And he's got such high resistance over there. Yeah, I'd prefer not. I'd prefer this was not happening, but yeah, it's what it is. So it is completely RNG when it comes to the minions, okay? The minions are complete RNG, but at least I have got more survivability over here because I've got Rosalie and Carol who can heal themselves up when they counterattack, and I've got Bella over here who can heal everybody, who can heal herself and one other person a little bit. Of course, depending upon the damage that she's able to deal, she's able to heal others, and so that means that I will be able to survive, and she will also be able to heal my Natalia. But as far as Carol and Rosalie are concerned, they can heal themselves up, so I have no worries about them. So I have to last 5 or 6 rounds over here, because without that lasting for that long, I will not be able to deal the damage, because I need to weed out and have a good enough RNG on me for the minions to align itself up in such a way that I'm able to deal damage on the boss. Okay, because if they are allowing the boss to get more rage out there, he's going to deal more damage on us, and also will not allow us to deal enough damage on the boss. But then I've got a Rosalie with good enough gear. She is in an assassin set, and so she will be able to deal good enough damage, and I hope that I'm able to survive this. You can see I need Bella to heal over here. Without her healing my team, I will not be able to survive. Of course, she will have her own survivability. My Garrel has got her own survivability. He's able to heal himself up, and Bella also has got that reduced damage taken, damage reduction buff on her. So overall, that is the invincibility buff on her, and overall that allows me to survive better. So I think like I'll show you the gear on the team that I'm using, just so that you can finish off and get 24 points if you want to get 24 points. But it's very unlike the previous runs. I'm pretty sure this is much more easier. There is no hard affix over here. You can see the affix is Harbeg's max rage is lowered to 4, clear the stage with 3 or more heroes ally, all enemies levels are increased by 20, challenge points are also increased by 2. You do need that one. If you want to get 20 points, you require this, all enemy levels are increased by 20. You do need it. Without it, you'll not be able to finish it. Then wanna have some fun, you can remove that. Okay, that reduces the randomness of the changing of your heroes, converting them or morphing them into completely useless heroes. You can remove that. Have some fun option. Fortunately, I did not get that have some fun coming through in my run. Then 50% minus 50% hero healing, that's a very, very hard hit on our heals, so you can remove that. It's just 2 points that you're going to remove. If you're removing that, I think, which one is that? Yeah, this one. So if you remove that, you're going to reduce your overall points by 4 into 20 points. So if you're not able to heal yourself up, just remove that. and then must complete the battle within 10 rounds. If you're not comfortable with that, if you're taking longer, you can use this. So you can use a tank team also. So let's go. Yeah, so I tested quite a lot of team compositions. The best team compositions that I got without flarence or without Shane are those which are having multi-hitters. Okay, so as much hits you are able to place on the boss, this is for auto. Okay, it's not for manual. If you're manualing, you can use a really good tank team to do it. I have tested out tank teams as well, but it seems like you can't do it in auto. It just, you're able to survive for long, but you're not able to actually deal enough damage on the boss to finish him off. So and it also takes like a huge amount of time. I could finish it off, but it takes like 40 rounds, 45 rounds. So it's preferable not to use tank team. Do not worry about getting survivability. You can have someone like Bella or someone like Flarence if you have Flarence, or any other, or just use a heal spell. Just use a heal spell, and that's sufficient for you to finish off the runs. You just have to deal as much damage on the boss during a short period of time, where his this ability is on cooldown, the reactor ability is on cooldown, and he's not able to take those damage. He's taking the full damage out there. Even though he's got the damage reduction out there, he's taking more damage on himself, and that's when you need to that's when the multiple hits come in and plays its role, and that's when you're able to gain the best out of everything. So I think like yeah, the heroes that I showed, if you just use them, they should be sufficient for you. So what do you think about this? I do understand this is a new mechanics over here. They have introduced a new system over here. It is a bit confusing in the beginning stages, but I think like we should be able to easily get 24 points, at least 20 points. We're not talking about 24. I will not talk about 24 points. I got it, I finished it, but I would prefer to say that we should be able to get those 20 points and get those 3 magic cards for us to open the affixes in Ashlyn by beating either Harbeg or Joseph or any other hero that comes through. We just need to, based on what kind of an ability they have, we just need to build our team accordingly. You don't need Flarence for the daily challenge. You do not need Shane for the daily challenge, but you do need heroes that are giving multiple hits and dealing maximum amount of damage in a short period of time. Right? So that's the only thing that I would like to say in this video. So let me know what you think about this. Post your comments in the video, in the comment section. Of course, do like my video, and if possible, subscribe to my channel. Of course, I will not ask you to share it, but if you can, please do it. Right, so with that, so that's it from me for today. Peace, love, and blessings to all of you. So until next time, Shinobi out. Bye.